Hey yo, what's up everybody? It's in JJ. Today we're gonna do a video about Anchor protocol borrowing, governance, and of course bonding itself. You might be like thinking, we already covered it yesterday. Yes, I know, but of course we have and that's another part of the topic itself. Previously we are talking about the UST that you can earn around 20%, but right now I can tell you can earn more than 20%. And if you want to find out how, it's very simple. Just stay tuned for the whole video, and after that we are gonna do an introduction before we jump into the actual topic slash recap. So over here I have a Discord channel which you guys can join, and from there I'm trying to build a small community there, and yeah, basically just exchange information, teach each other stuff, and after that basically find financial freedom all together on the Discord channel. And after that, right now we're going to jump into the recap of Anchor protocol yesterday. Alright, so previously I've done a recap, like a video talking about what is Anchor protocol yield farming all about. Basically I've covered quite a lot of stuff, and I believe that most of the YouTubers out there, they did not cover all of this, and I am trying to cover everything step by step. Over here you can see what is this protocol about, and after that from there how does it work. And of course I also give my own personal opinion talking about the risk and reward, not only talking about the reward, because most of the people out there are just telling you the reward and basically they do not tell you the risk behind it. They are just telling you that, oh, this is 20%, you can trust it, it is like guarantee. So over here I would say it is not a guaranteed 20%, and of course there's also like huge risk behind it. So if you want to find out more, watch the part 1 segment which is gonna pop up above. And also I done like basically a full tutorial on how do you start like borrowing, like sending your funds in and get this 20% that everybody wants. And of course teach you how to store it, and after that like giving you some tips and tricks on storing your funds and stuff like this. So over here we have a mention how about borrow and governance part. So over here I'm trying to basically I'm making the video now adventurous. So we are going to talk about right now what is Anchor protocol's borrowing all about. Alright, so this is the Anchor protocol website. Look at this fancy cube moving around, and after the better savings, scroll down. Anchor offers better yield. Yes, we have covered that on part 1, 20% per annum. And after that over here, easy integration, and of course offer some frictionless access to it. So basically we have already talked about. Okay, so now we are talking about borrowing. So you might be thinking yourself, we do not like sign up an account, we do not give our collateral, our basically like our documents, can we afford to take a loan, and after that how much the loan to value and stuff like this. But of course you have to understand on DeFi itself, nothing is needed. They don't need your documents, they don't need your proof of, I don't know what you call it, address, proof of asset or whatsoever. You just need only one thing to borrow, which is very simple, which is over here you can borrow funds, and after that the percentage that they charge is around 10% per annum. And you might be thinking, oh my, holy shit, this is too high and you can't afford to pay back. And of course I would say that and you must be thinking to yourself, is anyone even borrowing over here? And after that, why are they even doing that? So the backstory about all this borrowing is because, first of all, you do not need to show the bank that you have this amount of assets and after stuff like this, so the rich do not want to get taxed. So I would say that they using this Anchor protocol itself, they are somehow borrowing funds without the government knowing. So I would say that no entity really knows like how much you borrow and stuff like this. Only the Anchor protocol on the ledger itself, they can basically know that this address is borrowing some funds, how much and how much collateral they provided. Basically they know their assets, but then we do not know who is behind the address, because it is just a string of address, and how the hell you are going to know who is it unless he publicly tell you that this is his address, so this is my address. So basically you know that this address itself is under me. So if let's say nobody shares, you did not share your address to anyone, basically nobody will know who is behind this address. And after that over here the confusing thing is, okay, so we do not provide our document, we do not provide like our proof of assets, our house and everything. So how do we borrow our funds? Over here is very simple. You need to basically put in some funds, basically your assets, your digital assets, as collateral, and after that from there you can borrow as high as whatever it is, the loan to value amount, 25% or even 50% depending. And of course you can see you have to pay the interest rate as well. So over here you can see the borrow APR, and after that the net APR. Basically this is the basically how they calculate it is the borrow and distribution, and after that this minus this equals to this, so 10% per annum. And of course we are going to jump into how do we even like start borrowing right now. Like basically we are going to do the tutorial now. I'm going to explain to you what is bond, and after that what is borrow, and after the governance. Over here I would say bond and borrow is almost the same, it's link. Okay, so over here we can see on Anchor protocol itself, they have two collateral lists, basically the BETH, the bonded Ethereum, and of course the bonded Luna. And over here if let's say you want to get this BETH itself, it is kind of confusing, because you click on get, it's going to bring you to this website, and from there this is connected to the Anchor Lido, and after that from there you can see like how do you get and blah blah blah. So I'm not going to talk about this how do you get this BETH to take a collateral whatsoever, but we're just gonna focus on Luna because on the website itself, if you head over to bond, over here we can see, alright, we can see that over here you can see the mint option over here. This is basically telling you that, alright, so you need to have Luna. It's very straightforward. I want to bond Luna and mint B Luna. So what does it mean? Basically, you're putting in, for example, you have 1 Luna. Basically, you put in 1 Luna, you will get this amount of B Luna, which is basically packed not really 1-to-1, but of course a slightly ratio and stuff like this because of the fees and blah blah blah. So over here you can see the transaction fee, and after that from there, this is the amount of the price. Basically 1 Luna equals to 0.999992, and over here once you click on mint itself, you will basically get this B Luna, and after that from there you can head over to the borrow tab to provide, and after that from there you can deposit wrong one, you can provide and deposit one, basically this over here. So you can see that previously it is showing that 1 Luna is around $40, and after that if let's say you provide your B Luna itself, you are getting like $27 back. So you are taking a collateral of maybe 50% loan to value, and after that from there you can basically assess how much you want to start loaning. And of course, why do people loan funds on this DeFi space itself? It's very simple, because if you take those stable coin itself, you can use it to trade, like leverage trading. If you are good enough, a good trader, you can just do not need to sell off your Luna. Let's say you're holding a bag of Luna and you're a good trader / you know how to play around with the DeFi protocol itself, you will be basically using this type of borrowing, and after that from there basically store a cryptocurrency, use it as collateral, get some tether out, basically using other people's money to trade, and after that from there you pay them back and the interest as well, and from there you flip a profit, and after that you buy more stuff. So this is how the bonding works. So right now we're going to jump into what is this guide on borrowing. So we already covered the first part on bonding itself. Basically the guide over here is very simple. Head over to bond, mint some Luna to get B Luna, as this B Luna itself is going to be used on the borrowing part, so you can provide collateral, your B Luna as collateral, and from there depending on how much of B Luna you provide, they are going to tell you you are going to get this amount of borrowing limit, and after that you can proceed. Once you proceed, your B Luna is going to be sent into the contract as your collateral, and after that from there this is the amount they're going to issue you. So once you receive this amount itself, right now you are thinking that okay, I received the amount already, and after that from there the percentage is going to jump every minute / every second / I would say every block, so it's going to count in that way. And after that from there basically I would say the net APY itself is going to fluctuate. It is not a guaranteed rate, so therefore you have to understand that the supply and demand as well. So let's say there's a lot of people borrowing and there's not enough supply, definitely this number is going to jump up to like, I do not know, like crazy amount. And after that from there they are going to incentivize people to basically put in more UST, and after that from there basically this amount will drop. So how do you want to put it as a perspective to understand what? First of all, you must know, if let's say over here is showing 20%, previously showing 20%, but it's not loading now. So we are going to show it to you on borrow itself is 10%. So right now, example, there is like $10 million in UST, and after that, one rich will just basically borrowed 9 million worth of UST itself by providing lots of Luna. And after that, right now we can see that on the supply and the demand pool itself, basically we call the supply as earn. So on the earn pool itself, there is like $1 million left, and on a borrow pool is already 9 million out. Therefore you can see this over here, the demand is high, therefore the percentage is definitely going to be higher as well. Basically they will ask the people who are borrowing this asset to basically pay back as fast as possible by increasing basically the percentage that they need to pay back in the future. So what they do is basically increase this amount, and after that from there the borrowers will start to pay back because they do not want to bear such high interest rate. And after that from here, once people start paying back on the borrow tab itself, the earn tab itself will increase the interest rate as more than 20% because they want people to put in more funds, and after that from there the liquidity will not it's going to be an endless supply of liquidity. Basically you want to call it MLM or what, is up to you. So this is how the borrow and earn works, and after that from there we're going to talk about the governance right now. So for borrowing itself, it's very simple. Once you borrow it already, you need to basically provide, and after that from there you need to repay. And of course, once you have borrowed, you are going to repay, and the repay amount itself is going to tell you depending on which block it is, they are going to count the interest rate using the block number, and from there you repay them accordingly to whatever you borrow and the interest as well. Once you have done it, you are basically getting back all your B Luna after you repay them. And of course, if let's say you can't repay them, you hit the liquidity price, you will basically your whole position will be liquidated. So this is one of the risks on borrowing. So right now we're going to talk about the governance, which is much more interesting, which you can earn more than 20% per annum. Alright, so over here you can earn as high as 90%, I would say, if let's say you have the balls to do all of this, and after that you will understand everything that is over here. So for the governance itself, it's very simple to understand. First of all, this is putting ANC and you will generate an ANC, and over here this is a much more complicated thing called ANC slash UST LP. Basically LP is liquidity provider slash liquidity pool, and over here how does it work? We're going to talk about the ANC first. So for ANC itself, it's very simple. You just need to buy the ANC token, the anchor token, and after that from an exchange just withdraw it to your Terra address, and after that from there just do the governance stake. Click on this, and over here you can just stake regarding how many amount of ANC you have, and after that stake and pay the fee. Once it's done, yeah, basically it is going to generate you 7.8%, and after that this over here will fluctuate from time to time as well. And over here we're going to talk about the next segment. So over here for this itself, the 77% one, which is much more interesting and of course much more complicated. So over here you can earn as high as 117% if compounded daily, and after that over here the total amount of stakes. So what does it mean? It's very simple to understand. So over here you need to basically, how do you get this ANC-UST LP? Basically this is the token name, and after that how do you do it? It's very simple. First of all, you need to provide 50%. So one ANC is around $3, and after that you need to peg one ANC to the market value, and after that if let's say you have like 50 ANC, you will need to have at least 170 UST, and after that how do you get all of this? It's very simple. Buy it on the exchange, trade it on the exchange, KuCoin as mentioned. So over here you need to basically do all of this, and after that from there you can see this is the pool price. Basically this is whatever the pool is offering right now. One ANC equals to 3.4 UST, and after that from here you need to basically, yeah, basically you are getting this coin called the LP token, the liquidity provider assets or proof of assets basically, and after that over here the share of pool. So if let's say you own more share of pools, like 1% or something like that, you are definitely gonna get a load of cash as passive income slash fee. So over here for providing liquidity itself, you are not only getting like the percentage as well. The percentage is counted by how much people are spending, I mean like using the bridge over here, but ANC to USD, and after that basically provide your liquidity, whatever is traded as ANC slash UST itself, you are getting a portion of the fee depending on your pool size. And after that from here they are also providing rewards as high as 70% for your liquidity providing, this basically taking part into their liquidity providing segment. So over here you can do this by basically 50-50. So you have to understand this LP itself, you need to have at least 50-50 of the token, and once you click on add liquidity, you must know that you will never get back 50 ANC, and of course you will never get back 170, you will get slightly more. So how does this LP work itself? It is kind of complicated, and I'm not gonna do it on this video, and I'm gonna do a whole new tutorial about this LP itself, explaining what is liquidity provider, and it is super confusing, I can tell you that. And once you have provided your liquidity, you can just withdraw it anytime, and after that you need to input the LP. So we know you provide, you will get LP token. So here you will get this LP token, and once this LP token you have transacted, confirm, provided, and after that 1 year later you have to take it out, just put your amount of LP, and you can see that, yeah, basically just now it is 11, and you can see a slightly increment because, yeah, from time to time people are providing liquidity, and of course your LP will always be the same, and after that just that there's going to be more LP generated. Therefore this is how it works on this pool itself. So right now we're come to the end of the video. So before we end the video itself, I'd like to share with you there's an airdrop scam ongoing on the cryptocurrency blockchain, especially on Binance Smart Chain right now, because over there it is super cheap to transact. So you might receive like $5 all the way to $40,000 worth of airdrop tokens, and you might think like you strike a lottery, but no. Head over to airdropscams.com, and after that from there you can read more about what is this scam and how does this scam work, and of course prevent yourself from being scammed, and of course share it with your loved one if they are in the crypto space. So I've come to that video. Kindly hit the subscribe button, turn on post notification, and leave a thumbs up to this video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Bye bye, peace.